Alright, since I've had difficulties with OBS for the past 10 minutes, we're going to be watching the Pokemon Direct for real this time. And I was having problems during the actual recording, so now we're going to do a little scrub through. This is my first time going through a scrub through, but if there was ever a game I feel like actually, if I actually feel qualified to analyze, I feel like it's a Pokemon game. I've spent so much time with them in the past, and I'm more than excited to rewatch the Direct and, you know, go through the little details with you guys. Alright, so here we go, Ishihara.
I'm Ishihara.
Let's jump around. Okay, so it looks like the train station will connect certain areas in the game, which is pretty cool. I'm really fond of that. It kind of adds a sense of, you know, just like connectivity to the world. We haven't had like a proper train system in a Pokemon game before that doesn't just bus you from one region to another, like in Crystal, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Gold and Silver, I guess, as well. Alright, so we got our first look at Pokemon battles. Let's see. What I think is really interesting about this, as you can see right here, it's like actually, and if we go back a little bit, we should see that where we're battling in the level is actually representative of a special area. Like, you'll see this cutscene. This is probably when you choose your first Pokemon. But if we go here, when it shows the professor's actual house on the overworld, there's like a specific zone, like, let's go right here. Right here, you can see the area actually where you're battling. So it seems like set battle zones are a new feature, and it'll just take the actual surrounding area and create a backdrop for it, similar to how they're just generic backdrops later in the trailer that we'll get into in a second. But it looks like there's a statue of Diglett. We have the assistant and the professor. This is interesting right here. And I'll tell you why. It looks like it shows you exactly where a wild Pokemon is going to be. Now, we've had this since Black and White. We've had the Shaking Grass. But this looks like it's just for a proper route and a proper random encounter. We'll be able to actually see where we are. It doesn't beat the Let's Go, seeing the Pokemon actually on the overworld, but that seems like it's a feature of the open world component, which is super exciting. But looking right here, it looks like you can just see where your Pokemon is, and it kind of defeats just running around randomly, and just anywhere could be a random encounter. So you encounter it yourself, and then we have Wooloo and the other two. Pretty cool designs. I mean, we've had Tortoise and we've had Turtles Pokemon before. We've had Torkoal, we've had Squirtle, we've had Turtonator, and then we've also had like the Gen 5 Fossil Pokemon that's name is escaping me. I can't remember it right now. Just in the hype of Gen 8, I guess. And Wooloo, we obviously have Mareep, and the flower Pokemon looks even similar to someone for the last game, Florexia, I think. The little grass, no, Florantis. Florantis is who I'm talking about. It kind of looks a little similar, little grass creature that kind of looks like Roselia also, but anyway. So looking right there, we saw the actual fighting trainer. Now, we don't know if this is the exact same trainer. Obviously, we have no way of telling, but it looks like the area he was in will have like its own unique backdrop and a little bit of the setting, and which is different. It's not just set, oh, grassy field, sandy field, you're on top of water, what have you. It looks like it's actually tied to the world of Pokemon, which actually, you know, it makes the world seem a little bit more alive, like you're actually traveling around an area, and the different areas hopefully affect the scale of battle. This Pokemon looks sick. The Raven Pokemon, I don't remember the name off the top of my head, we're still watching it. It looks like that was Brave Bird. I don't think that was like a Z move or anything. But that's a huge explosion, if the case. Or whatever. So this is looking into the open world section, I think. You see Wobbuffets, Bewares, Hippotas, Snover, Rhydon, the new Pokemon, Golurk, Duskull, geez, just so many Pokemon. Mudslave, Palpitoad, Tyranitar, Galug, Hawlucha. I might be running a Hawlucha team. That sounds pretty exciting, but I don't think the top 2 Koko is going to be there, so I can get the, like, Thunderground, unless it's a move that does that. And then here we have the Dynamax, and I guess talking about overall Dynamax, we'll get into a little bit later, but on first glance it seems way more balanced than Mega Evolutions. Just the fact that it's only 3 turns means you actually have to strategize about when you pop it. And I guess there's a little bit of mind game mechanics in X and Y and further Mega Evolutions, but it's not like a one and done, oh, this Pokemon is like OP now. It's not like we're gonna have balancing problems with like Mega Kangaskhan or Mega Rayquaza. Granted, we don't know how this works, and certain Pokemon will definitely benefit from being bigger than others. Evolutions with higher stats will definitely get a better upgrade, although it would be cool if like Pokemon like Dunsparce, who has an evolution, would benefit more from this. And we have the Dynamax gym battles with Milo, I think his name was. If it is Milo, it just reminds me of the main character of Atlantis. Don't know if anyone actually remembers that movie, because it's not terribly memorable. Anyway, here we have Leon. I think that's a pretty good design for Pokemon. It beats it beats the Gen 7. No, it beats the Gen 6 champion, because Gen 7 you are just the champion. Like, it's the only game where it's like, oh yeah, canonically the player character is the champion. But man, he's giving off some like Cynthia vibes. I'm really jiving with his character design, and just seeing how a kingly figure in the Pokemon world works is super interesting to me. There we go. So if we go back right here, I think there's like a small little, this like little, if we look right here, right here, it looks like we have a glimpse of a new Pokemon. I have no idea what it is yet, but hey, something to look out through at E3, unless that's Grookey's evolution. It could be. He's holding, I think it looks like he's holding 2 sticks like here and here. So it very well could be a Grookey evolution, and it could be like, oh, now I have 2 sticks. It'll be like the Alakazam treatment, and I'm sure the evolution will just turn him into like a drumming Pokemon, because that's what his one of his the French and Japanese puns are insinuating. All right, let's go ahead.
Today, we would like to deliver the latest news.
Delivering. All right.
Development is underway.
So right here we have a better glimpse of like how Pokemon are going to be on the overworld, and then just opening shot of what looks like one of the first towns. We have a lot of Wooloo all around, Butterfrees. I think I was trying to mix Beautifly and Butterfree, and it just didn't work out. But we see how they're in their own little pastures, which is actually pretty cool. I actually dug that. So why is there a monument to Diglett? Like, what is the Galar region's connection with Diglett as a Pokemon? I mean, I'm not... Well, I guess it's Dugtrio, honestly, if it's there's 3 of them lined up in a row. But I don't know what that could be. Like, I don't know any British mythology other than just Arthurian legend. But yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead. Yeah. So we actually get to see what Pokemon their names are called. So the Chimp Monkey Pokemon, the Rabbit Pokemon, and Water Lizard. Interesting. Okay. No, like, actual hints to what it's going to be.
Towns in which you will find humans and Pokemon.
Alright.
working together, and many
Interesting.
other
That was a very snide-looking businessman. Anyway,
towns in which you will find humans and Pokemon working together, and many other locations filled with rich personality.
and we have like a little hopscotch with the why not.
Pokemon battles are the most popular form of entertainment in the Galar region.
Yeah, for sure. Why wouldn't it be? There's no other
Stadiums
reason to
across
play
the Galar
Pokemon
region are
than,
frequently
you know,
filled with cheering crowds that have gathered to witness
fighting other
battles between
trainers.
gym leaders and challengers.
So it looks like there's like a more cameramanship aspect to the actual soccer tournaments and like the televised events, obviously.
The most exciting part of visiting a new region is, of course, encountering Pokemon that you've never seen before.
Yeah. So let me refresh my memory about anything that's
Tell
not
you more
woo,
about some
because
of the
after that I
Pokemon
was
that
like
reside
not
in the
paying
Galar
attention
region.
as much. I was
I'd
like,
like to introduce
woo.
you to James, the art director on these games.
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie.
Jamie. So this is one of the first times that I think the art director isn't Ken Sugimori, which is interesting. It gives a little bit of a different artistic design, and as I said in the reaction video, really, if he's British or from the European Union, it's gonna be interesting to see like what his take on his, you know, actual regional Pokemon are. Like Sheeps are iconic there. Turtles, I guess, exist. Guess I don't know the habitature and, you know, livestock there. Got Wooloo. Now we'll need to see what Mareep is, because there's no way there would be two sheep Pokemon. It could be the wool Pokemon, which is weird that this is in the wool, but yeah. So it actually has an in-game reason for being so sheeply. That's funny. I wonder if anyone did anything with Mareep.
Here is Gossifleur,
Gossifleur.
the flowering Pokemon.
It kind of just reminds me of Florantis, or like Roselia. But, I mean, that's just me, man. It looks like kind of they mixed Ponyo with like Florantis. Ponyo from the Ghibli movie.
This next Pokemon and its pollen is said to have healing properties.
Interesting. So it might be an actual like healer like Chansey or something, which we don't have a ton of grass type healers or but hey, that seems pretty cool. It might be a fun to do like since it's pollen, I wonder if Spore you can use on it, which is, I mean, just an amazing way to get your the opponent's Pokemon asleep.
This next Pokemon
That's what I'm hoping for
is
anyway.
called Dreadnought,
Dreadnought.
the bite Pokemon.
The bite Pokemon.
The sharp,
Look at that Chomper.
jagged
It looks like he has like a Lego head or something. He's just about to eat you. Kind of like how a Lego just like chomps on like your heel or your like bottom of your foot. Just a real pain in the butt.
edges of its jaw allow it to bite off chunks of rock and iron.
Rock and iron. Okay.
Its vicious nature makes it a difficult Pokemon to tame for all but the most experienced trainers.
Okay, that's interesting.
This
I'm
Pokemon
excited about trying
that can
them.
be seen flying steadily
Experience.
through the sky is
Corviknight is so cool. Why is it so cool? If this is the first like the Pidgey of the game, I guess the first bird of the game. It's cooler than any other. I remember the only one that really is fun. I guess Talonflame broke from the trend and was actually super cool.
puts its skills to use
but
by
hey.
working as a flying taxi.
A flying
Which will take the
taxi.
player back to any town
It's so
he or
cool.
she has
Yo, that pilot design, super cool. I hope we have like more aviators like Winona or was it Gen 5 that we had we had the flight the more pilot themed gym leader, which is cool.
previously visited.
Alright.
As many of you already know, some Pokemon can evolve.
Alright, so before we continue, sorry. They did say it's a taxi, so are HMs in the game? I am starting to believe no, which is awesome. I think ever since Sun and Moon got away with them and gave us like ride Pokemon and then Let's Go had, you know, the exclusive Pikachu and Eevee like cut mechanics and like flying and surf. I think they did branch away from that because it just limits the potential moveset of your Pokemon.
As many of you already know, some Pokemon can evolve. changing their appearance and becoming stronger in the process.
Yeah. I thought it said some Pokemon can't evolve. And I thought they were going to introduce something like, I don't know, some new mechanic that's besides Dynamax or gross.
Gossifleur evolves.
Yeah. Let's see. No, that's a cottony ass Pokemon. Like, not like actual cotton. I guess also that, but like it looks like cottony and it looks like Whimsicott, which is, I mean, it's just one of my favorite Pokemon. I love using it as like a status inflictor or you know, just like a trickster, prankster. Sorry, like hack. But this one looks,
Eldegoss.
and it looks and sounds like
As
it
you
might
can
be
see,
more of
there
a
are now
Pokemon
small seeds
that
scattered
heals,
across its fuzzy
which is
head.
similar to Chansey, and
These
Blissey by
seeds are said
Proxy.
to
But
promote growth in plants and can revitalize both people and Pokemon.
yes, so it sounds like it can revitalize. I doubt it's going to be like a revive move, although that would be amazing or like really interesting.
To discover.
But it might make
Of
the
course,
battles
you
a
can
little
look
bit too
forward
long.
to finding many Pokemon
And then we have
you're already
Growlithe,
familiar
Inkay, Axew,
I hope you're as excited
just
as
a
we
bunch
are
of different
to encounter
Pokemon.
the amazing
I know
variety
Dragon
of
types
Pokemon
were
that inhabit
thinking
the Galar
of
region.
being associated here because just of Arthurian legend. But now we get to see the open world, which I'm really excited to see again. And then we have the like Breath of the Wild looking raid points, which is cool.
Meeting lots of Pokemon is one of the thrills of the adventure. And where you will find the widest variety of Pokemon out of anywhere in the Galar region is in a place called the Wild
The
Area.
wild area. So this is the wide open area before the Metalworks looking region that we have just over the starting area, and it looks like the wild area. Let's see.
This wild area stretches between cities and is filled with abundant nature as far as the eye can see.
Okay, so I don't think it's limited to just one area, going by what he says here, which is awesome to
Different
hear. I
Pokemon
thought it was just going to be one early game area,
Appear depending on where you
but
are and what the weather is
frillish.
like. Meaning there will be new discoveries for you each day.
Even the music sounds just like a more Pokemon version of the Breath of the Wild, like subtlety, like the dun 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 dun. Like it sounds like a wind chimey kind of remix, or not a remix, but just like a texture tone, which I'm super fond of.
Some of you may already have noticed, but while adventuring through this area, you
Yeah.
have control over the
3D
camera,
camera
allowing you to better
movement.
search for
It's an
items and
actual
Pokemon.
3D
Search
Pokemon
far
game.
and wide in the tall grass,
Oh.
in the skies above, and
Looks
even
good.
in the
So
lakes,
berries are now
where
in
you
big
never know what you
trees
might find.
by the ton, I'd hope, and I hope they
In
respawn
certain
like they do
locations
in
the Galar region,
Gen 3.
a new phenomenon can be triggered that makes a Pokemon giant.
Yeah, so
and size.
Dynamax.
For more details, I would like to turn
I'm
it over
excited about that just for balancing purposes. We've gone over this before, but you know, it's worth it to say it again.
Surely, Pokemon from
Alright,
the Galar
so what Pokemon is? Oh, that's Raichu. Okay,
region can
that's a
Dynamax.
pretty
It's
good
not
set. Okay, so it turns it. Okay, so I think it turns your moveset into like a list of Z moves for all intents and purposes. Just powered up type specific moves. And it also has, it looks like if you look at Max Guard right here, it turned Light Screen into Max Guard. I wonder if that serves as like a protect. So it might actually turn support moves into just a universally greater support move. I'm interested to see how like Thunder Wave or Grass Whistle and Spore or like Poison Powder even get affected in that. It could have just like a greater effect for the time that you are Dynamax, or it could be for even, you know, for the rest of the match. I'm really interested to see how this takes support moves.
Max moves.
The max moves.
The Pokemon will revert to normal after 3 turns.
Interesting. Yeah,
So,
I'm really excited about
You
that.
need to choose wisely when to trigger it. Train. If you connect to other players, you'll
So the
find more
max
ways to play
raids are Pokemon Go mechanics inside the main
One of
games,
these new multiplayer
which,
features-
as an avid Pokemon Go player, I'm all for. Pokemon raids are what I live for, honestly. Like, I love connecting with other people and being able to play with my friends. It's just such a good time. I mean, they said over local wireless. Hopefully we can do it over online, mainly because I have friends all over the world that I want to be connected with. But also, local multiplayer is all kind of garbage. Doing it at like conventions is a nightmare because of just how laggy it is. Like I usually end up, if I'm playing Smash on local wireless, I'll have people connect their Joy-Cons because they bring their Switch everywhere, and we all just play on one lagless screen. So hopefully it's not terrible. This is an issue that I'm a little worried about Animal Crossing also. But in due time, I think we'll see that. I think they probably switches in its, is it year 3 now? No, year 2. I guess officially year 2. So hopefully they iron that out. But I mean, just being able to do raid battles, it's a cool way of integrating Dynamax battles with the mechanics of Pokemon Go. Kind of gives Pokemon raid battles a like a loop into becoming canonized in the main games. I guess Pokemon Go is the main game because it connects to this game, and let's go. Whatever. We'll move on.
Battle opponent. Pokemon. Dynamic catch them.
I like those big Pokeball though. Just like having to use 2 hands is such a cool effect. Oh, Clefable's in here. Might have to use a Clefable. And Quagsire is a classic.
Cooperative 4-player gameplay against a single Pokemon, which is a first for the main series of Pokemon
It is
games.
first. Let's just hear a little bit what they say, besides
It's going to be
local.
a ton of fun to use your Nintendo Switch system's local wireless functionality to tackle these battles with friends in person and experience the excitement together. You can also connect with other players over the internet to
Alright,
enjoy
we got
playing
both,
with
baby.
other
We got
trainers from
both.
all around
We
the
got both
globe.
local wireless and
So
online.
I hope you'll try
Perfect.
max raid battles with all sorts of other players.
Alright, awesome. I wonder if you can do like a completely random max raids, and then you could friend people that like were particularly helpful in the battle. I also wonder if those battles are going to be more similar to raid battles in Pokemon, but it looks like you'll probably just fight turn-based style.
So the current champion.
Alright,
his
Leon
name
is
Leon.
so good. I love
In a
his
region-
design, and I'm definitely excited what the manga Pokemon Adventures, Pokemon Special does with him, because
Where Pokemon battles are so widely enjoyed. His undefeated record in official
undefeated
matches
record. That's cool. That's a way of making people have something to build towards. Like, no one can defeat this dude. He's just super strong, and I wonder if there's a reason for that. He could be the villain. He might be using cheating reasons, or, I mean, he could just be that tough. I'm hoping for the latter. But having a Pokemon trainer that's just undefeated, it makes it sound like a player character in another game comes to this region, and it's just the best by default. I guess very much serves as a champion and just a king in an area, like someone to aspire to be. Thematically, it's really interesting, and I'm pretty dang excited for it, man.
all the more incredible. His popularity is only enhanced by his shining personality,
Shining
winning
personality.
him the adoration of trainers across the region. It's no exaggeration
love
to say that he is
this.
the most prominent trainer in all of Galar.
And I wonder if he's going to be a dragon
The
trainer, or if he
champion
might
has an
actually just
older
have a
brother
balanced
who
team.
also happens to be one of the
Charizard
rivals.
being there is really cool,
name
because
is
it's like, of
Hop.
course. Now
Hop dreams to one day
Hop,
become champion,
stylish
just
looking
like his
dude,
elder
better
brother,
looking than
and he
Hao
trains
or
vigorously
Hugh
every day
or
towards this goal.
anyone. I mean, Blue,
His
Gary
journey through the Galar
Freenoak.
region
I mean,
begins
it's
on
hard
the
to beat,
same
but
day as yours.
Hop seems cool for a. All right, he seems cool for a just a generic trainer, or not generic trainer, just a friendly rival. I guess I like my rivals more bitter and self-confident. But if that's what the champion is going to be, I can understand why they would actually go for this. And it looks like he's your best friend. He's so stylish. Like, I would date the crap out of that man. Hop, and Leon if I, get lucky. Leon giving off serious Cynthia vibes and just absolute bay of a champion. And it looks like he's going to be actually integrated into the world, which I love when they do that. It's so good. It's one of my favorite things ever. But
On your journey,
Hop
you and
seems
Hop
pretty
will receive
cool.
A great deal of support from these two characters.
So we have a professor and an assistant.
Professor
We've had
Magnolia
this
is
in
the
the last
professor of the
game,
Galar region
Kikui and his
specializes
wife.
in researching the Dynamax phenomenon.
And
Sonia is her granddaughter and also serves as her assistant.
I also like how
abundant
the
wisdom
professor
and
is just
sound
really
advice will
old,
surely
like
come in
Professor
handy
Oak. Like, we
throughout
had
your
so many hip people starting with, like, I guess Elm, he looks young. Younger, I guess, by association, but yeah. Now, the gym mechanics, super interesting to me for one reason only. I hope it's like a gauntlet like the Pokemon Coliseum and XD of Gale of Darkness tournaments were. That's one of my most favorite things from those games, just having to fight a series of battles. Took a little long because of the double battles, but here it looks like it could be dang fun. And the fact that they mix in Dynamax early in the game, like this looks like, who is it? What is his name? Milo? I need to get a confirmation on that.
This gym leader is all about enjoying style alongside his trustworthy Pokemon, and you will have to overcome his tenacious fighting style.
This Krillin-looking dude. Give me the name.
Look forward to face expert.
It is Milo. Okay, Milo from Atlantis, or Florantis, I guess, because he's a grass type. Hey! Looks pretty cool. I like how this looks very early in the game. The fact that your opponents have Dynamax that early in the game, I hope it's not just gym trainers, but the fact that you face it throughout makes it more a fledged, all-out mechanic that is not limited to just the trainer. You're not like some chosen Pokemon. You're just like anyone else. Everyone loves battling, so of course everyone would use Dynamax. It's just, why wouldn't you? Everyone else is using it. It's the peer pressure effect, is what I'm saying of the Pokemon world. But yeah, I just like...
This gym leader is all about enjoying battles alongside...
He looks like an environmental science major. My friend Eric, an environmental science major, will probably dig him. But he looks cool. I dig how buff he is. And then look at this. Look at this grin. It looks like a Toriyama character. Tell me it doesn't look like Krillin with hair. Or with different hair, I guess. Krillin shapes. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll look forward to facing many more battles and gym trainers over the course of the adventure. Alright, the final video. We'll go over the box legendaries. I mean, I'm still probably going to get Sword. Depends on the version exclusives. They haven't gone into that. Maybe we'll see some of the E3, who knows. Yeah, they look like Digimon. They really do look like Digimon, and I'm not saying it as an insult. It looks like, is it Vmon? I think it looks like Vmon in his Digi-evolutions. I'm vaguely familiar with Digimon, only recently because my friend Michael is obsessed, but, you know. So those look like powered-up forms. I don't know what that could actually be, but, you know, the box arts are pretty cool, too. Oh, I didn't press play again.
The two Pokemon you saw in the video just now are in fact legendary Pokemon of the Galar region.
Yeah, they're
called
cool.
Zacian and Zamazenta.
Zacian and Zamazenta kind of were referenced because they were in the hieroglyphics in the original trailer, but being here is actually pretty sweet. I'm all for either of them. Zamazenta looks cool. I just like how the shield mechanic is implemented. And that's another thing a leak actually got wrong. They got some of the stuff right, but there was supposed to be armored Pokemon and weapons for Pokemon. And if Dynamax is the big thing this game, which seems fine to me, I guess, it'd be really interesting. And it beats having to design armored versions of every Pokemon if they want it to be balanced. Dynamax looks like you can do it whenever, because Grookey's doing it. And then also later, we have like Raichu and Weavile. But for box legendaries, they look very similar, which is interesting. They look like brother and sister, and I wonder, since Leon actually has, if you look at his chest, oh, Hop is the younger brother of Leon. That's interesting that he looks up to his brother, and you're like, well, yeah, I can beat you, so I could probably beat other royalty. But if you look at his chest, sword and shield icon, I wonder if both are going to be there. Both are the legendaries are going to be integrated into, the same story. But for the most part, they look very identical and very similar. And I mean, I'm excited for it. We can see a little bit of the game world right here. It looks like these are the wild areas, like right here, in the middle right there. And like certain areas are just going to be wild area. Actually, yeah, if it's not a town, it looks like it's going to be a wild area, which is so cool to think that we're going to have open world in a Pokemon game for the first time. It's not going to be like, oh, you can go here first, you can go here first, similar to sequence breaking games, but, I mean, or similar to just how you can do gym leaders out of order. Interesting deal, interesting mechanic. I wonder if we're going to have gym leaders just sprawled out through the wild area. There's a lot of grassy fields in England and Iceland and Greenland and all of that jazz, but it seems super interesting. Yeah. So yeah, that looks like a Grookey evolution right here, next to the grass. I already forgot their names. I'm gonna need to do some studying tonight. But man, looks cool. I think it could be cool. It looks like Jet the Hawk from Sonic Riders. So I don't know. It's just a small little glimpse at an angle, blurry. And yeah, with that, I guess we're gonna have to wait till E3 for everything else. Good conference, November 15th release date. It is this year, and I could not be more excited. If preload gets put on the eShop right now, I'll probably pre-order it with a Nintendo voucher because I have a couple of those. But yeah, with that, global simultaneous release date. It's gonna be tight. I'm gonna get it digital for sure. I need to have Pokemon with me at all times just so I can breed, train, play the latest games as well. Especially Switch as a portable system. It's gonna be great not having to carry around too many cartridges. I already have a full slot on my my case. But anyway, double pack. Yep. Excited. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching, sitting through with me for 32 minutes of just analyzing the Pokemon. But hey, Gen 8 is here. I'm more excited than I thought I was going to be. And yeah, with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon. E3 is just around the corner, and there's going to be a lot more videos similar to this. So if you're a Nintendo fan, a Pokemon fan, good time, or even Microsoft fan, because I'm a fan of all three consoles. But it's a good time to be alive, to be a video game fan, and I'm excited for E3 as much as anyone. So with that, see you around, and consider subscribing. I'm doing a lot of videos like this. I'm rambling. I tend to ramble. It's kind of my thing. But with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.